all kind of thing?
No, there are lots of plan options. It all depends on what we need and how much we want to spend.
Call now to request your free decision guide.
No,
It could
there are
help you
lots
find
of
an
plan
AARP
options.
Medicare
It all
supplement plan
depends
that's
on
right
what
for
we
you.
need and how much
What
we want to
happens when we
spend.
travel?
The plans
Call
go
now to
with
request
us.
your free decision
Anywhere in the
guide.
country.
It could help you find
I
an
like that.
AARP
You know what
Medicare
else?
supplement plan that's
United
right for you.
Healthcare Insurance Company has
What
years
happens
and
when
years
we
of
travel?
experience. What do you
Call
say?
now to request your free decision
Anywhere in the
guide.
country.
It could help you
I
find
bet.
an AARP
You know what else?
Join the millions
United
already
Healthcare
enrolled in the
Insurance
only
Company has
Medicare
years and
supplement
years of
insurance
experience.
plans
What
endorsed
do
by
you say?
AARP. Remember, all Medicare supplement plans help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. You'll be able to choose your own doctor or hospital as long as they accept Medicare patients. And with these plans, there could be low or no copays.
You do your push-ups today?
Prepare to be amazed.
Don't wait. Call today to request your free decision guide and find the AARP Medicare supplement plan to go the distance with you. Go on.
At Wayfair.com, we think that when the big stuff ships free, it's just better.
Cover better, brunch better, crunch better, rock better, roll better, roll better, dream better, clean better. Yeah, better!
Oh,
Wayfair has free shipping.
It's free. It's just
Game
better.
changer.
Fast better, free better, everything's better when
Get
it's
free shipping on orders over $49. Shop better at Wayfair.com.
Wayfair, you've got just what I need.
The Russia investigation may be entering its final stages. With new reports, Special Counsel Robert Mueller now wants to interview Donald Trump. An indication investigators have compiled enough evidence to interview their highest-ranking potential target. Now, this news comes amid leaked testimony from Fusion GPS founder Glenn Simpson, focusing on his company's now infamous dossier. Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein releasing that information in spite of Republican objections. Congressman Matt Gaetz weighing in just moments ago.
If we look at the text messages around this time between Peter Strzok and his mistress Lisa Page, we see a deliberate attempt, a deliberate execution of a plan to leak information to the Wall Street Journal to embarrass the president. So again, using the very tools that Russia uses to disrupt elections, but here the characters, the players, are the people working with the FBI and the Democratic National Committee to leak this information before verifying it and before knowing whether or not it was true at all.
Joining me now, Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert. Thank you very much for talking to us. Okay, what does a sit-down between Robert Mueller and President Trump signal with regard to this investigation? Does it signal an end is near?
No, what it would signal to me is that Mueller is desperate. He doesn't have a case he can make, and so he's going to follow the path of Martha Stewart, Scooter Libby, or Mike Flynn, and hope that they can get President Trump to get confused on some date, some fact that they can turn around and prosecute him for perjury. So I would suggest that we remember Martha, we remember Scooter, we remember Mike Flynn, and have the president say, make your best case and bring it. I'm not helping you.
Right. Well, you know, the reason prosecutors like to leave their highest-ranking witness for the end of an investigation is obviously to gather as much evidence as possible to use as ammunition. Here's the thing. As far as we know, there is no evidence of collusion. Thus far, so if Mueller is prepared to talk with his main target right now, what does that mean?
It means he's desperate. And that's what I'm telling you. I've been a prosecutor, I've been a judge, I've been a chief justice, but I've also been court-appointed to defend a murder case, a capital murder. And I'm telling you, the best advice the president could get is, you've got, Mueller has nothing, don't give him anything, say, bring your best case, I'm not going to help you. I don't think he should. Mueller is not a friend. He's made that clear. And how ironic, Julie, what we've got here is an administration of Obama with Secretary of State Clinton. They rush over there with a reset button. They want to be Russia's best friend. And the Russians apparently had figured out they're going to try to set up something against Trump. So they feed, steal stuff, knowing that these fools are going to go forward and use use the FBI and blow this thing up. It's rather ironic when you look at it in that context. The Russians played the Democrats when the Democrats felt they were playing the Republicans.
Right. It is ironic.
It is.
You know, Christopher Steele being recently called out for falsifying the dossier, and then, of course, that being what ignited this investigation in the first place certainly is going to weigh in the president's favor. Now the question, though, falsifying the dossier,
text indicates there may have been more leaking than we knew about to begin with.
I'm sure there is.
And with Comey leaking, admitting leaking, there's a lot that needs to be pursued there, and Mueller, of course, will never pursue that.
Right, that's where the drip comes from. All right, so the Washington Post, and I want your take on this, reports that the president's attorneys are actually reluctant to let him sit down for an open-ended, face-to-face questioning without clear parameters, they say, according to a source. They've even discussed whether the president, the lawyers, have discussed whether the president could instead provide written answers to some of the questions from Mueller's investigation, as President Reagan did during the Iran-Contra investigation. Is this something Mueller would actually agree to?
I think Mueller is desperate, and since he's got nothing, this is his last-ditch effort to try to trip Trump up. And so if that's the advice that the president's being given, it means he has smart lawyers, and I know he does. I know the lawyers. And so that would be a huge mistake to let Mueller just sit down and have a free-ranging conversation. That's how you end up as Martha Stewart, Scooter Libby, and Mike Flynn did.
Yeah, most responsible lawyers do not want their clients taking the stand in any investigation, and I can't imagine the president's lawyers are any different. We'll have to wait and see. Lawyers do not want their clients taking the stand. Yeah, most responsible lawyers do not want their clients taking the stand. All right, anyway, that's a good way to end it. We'll have to wait and see.
An unlikely consequence of Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico this summer. The storm has created a shortage of medical supplies here in the U.S. We'll explain next.
Today, we're finally getting our bathtub redone. We weren't happy with it.
Oh, we didn't want the headaches of demolition.
Or the days without our bathroom. Then a friend told us about Bath Fitter and their unique tub-over-tub process. There's no demolition, and they install in as little as a day. They also have a seamless wall for a watertight fit. And Bath Fitter has a lifetime guarantee. What a difference. Finally, a bathtub I love.
Call today or learn more at bathfitter.com.
When it comes to money, you got to put it somewhere, right? I want to put it somewhere where I'm being paid high interest on it, but also have the ability to make an unexpected purchase when my daughter gets straight A's. If I need to borrow, I can do this instantly at low rates. No more having to plan ahead. And I can trade anything, anywhere. The ultimate convenience and the best rates. A new best-of-breed solution to borrow, earn, spend, invest. Worldwide from one account by Interactive Brokers.
The dark side of mainstream journalism. Laura digs into their hidden political agenda. Plus, political analysis from Molly Hemingway and analysis from Molly Hemingway tonight on the Ingram Angle.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Hi, I'm Dana Lash from The Dana Show. If you could be more heart healthy just by drinking a glass of delicious superfood, would you do it? Of course you would. There's one superfood I drink every day for healthy circulation and to make me feel great all day long. It's called Super Beets, and you can try it for yourself risk-free. Beets contain a nutrient that increases your own natural energy. It supports healthy blood pressure, too. And Super Beets gives you the benefit of 3 whole beets. I take Super Beets as my pre-workout in the morning and as a non-jittery pick-me-up in the afternoon.
Give Super Beets a try for 2 weeks. 1 week is 1 week, and you will see a difference, I promise.
Don't wait another day to start increasing your energy.
With your first order, get another 30-day supply of Super Beets free, plus our test strips to see how Super Beets is working for you, and free shipping. Try Super Beets. You'll love it or your money back. Order your Super Beets today.
Call 1-800-495-4034 or visit buysuperbeets.com now.
See how Super Beets is working.
Coming up on Outnumbered, new reaction after Senator Dianne Feinstein unilaterally released transcripts of her committee's interview with the man behind that anti-Trump dossier. Republicans not happy, saying the move damages the investigation. Whether this makes a special counsel more likely. Was that you getting excited over there?
It's Hump Day Sizzle, baby. Come on now. Steve Bannon out at Breitbart. The president's former chief of staff reportedly says he's focusing on a political operation for 2018 and betting that the president will need him again. Steve Bannon out at Breitbart. The president's former chief of staff reportedly says he's focusing on a political operation for 2018 and betting that the president will need
A nationwide shortage of saline bags and IV fluids essential for critical care is being blamed on hurricane damage to medical production facilities in Puerto Rico. Matt Finn is live in Chicago with the details for us. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Julie, well, a saline shortage might not seem that urgent, but medical professionals say saline is one of the first things they reach for to keep people alive. The majority of America's saline manufacturing plants happen to be in Puerto Rico, and since Hurricane Maria, there's been a severe nationwide shortage. Some hospitals and clinics are forced to decide who gets saline bags and when. Saline manufacturing plants happen to be in Puerto Rico, and since Hurricane Maria, there's been a severe
when a patient comes in, they're in dire need to get fluid in, be it from bleeding or whatever else that had happened in the field. So it's dire that we have the saline to be able to immediately give to that patient. So when a patient comes in,
the American Hospital Association calls the shortage huge and on the verge of a crisis. Fortunately, one of America's largest manufacturers, Baxter, reports its 3 plants are back online in Puerto Rico, but it could be some time before production is fully restored. One woman who has lupus and survived leukemia says she has to get monthly immune-boosting infusions mixed with saline because she's very sensitive to some medicines. But last time she went, there was no saline, and she feels guilty, wondering if any bag she does get in the future might be more critical to a cancer or ER patient across the hall. She's very sensitive to some medicines, but last time she went, there was no saline.
Cancer patient in the chair who's needed it, and it's so not fair to them.
The FDA insists the shortage will get better in a couple of weeks, but we spoke to one clinic in California that says it has enough saline to get to February, and then who knows, Julie.
All right, Matt Finn, thank you.
There's new information on the flu outbreak across the United States, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention saying cases have been reported in 46 states now, with a sharp increase during the last week of December.
People should really respect influenza. It is a disease that we know in the United States causes millions of illnesses every single year.
Flu cases have spiked the most in the South, with Arkansas and Texas seeing the highest percentage of doctor visits linked to the flu.
Well, new revelations about that Trump dossier from the man behind Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson. Senator Dianne Feinstein defying her Republican colleagues and releasing his testimony. And now the GOP is firing back. The latest on the fiery exchanges ahead on Outnumbered.
When did you see the sign?
When I needed to jumpstart sales. Build attendance for an event.
Help people find their way. Fast Signs designed new directional signage.
And got them back on track. Get started at fastsigns.com.
America's top critics are raving Hostiles is one of the best films of the year. Christian Bale is astounding. It's the finest Western since Unforgiven. Hostiles, rated R, now playing in select theaters everywhere January 19th.
The delicate skin on your neck can show age. Or not.
Gold Bond Neck and Chest Cream helps improve texture and increase elasticity. 97% had visibly firmer skin. Gold Bond Neck and Chest for visibly firmer skin.
I lost 50 pounds on Jenny Craig, and you can too.
Introducing Rapid Results by Jenny Craig. Lose up to 16 pounds in just 4 weeks. Pasta, pizza, burgers. You get to eat really good food 6 times a day, and you don't even have to cook. The program includes a personal weight loss expert who understands men. None of that group meeting stuff.
This is the best program for a busy guy.
Start Rapid Results for $16, plus the cost of food, and get $70 in free food. Hurry, this offer won't last long.
It was getting to be a struggle to get in and out of the tub.
Yeah, we were really worried about falling.
And we needed a solution to stay safe in our own home.
So we got an American Standard walk-in bath.
American Standard is celebrating over 140 years in business with our best offer on our Liberation walk-in baths.
They have a lifetime warranty on the bath, the installation, including the labor. I've never heard of that before.
American Standard has the only walk-in bath with over 20 comfort and safety features, including an ultra-low entryway,
They have a lifetime
44 massaging jets to help relieve aches and pains, and our patented quick drain technology, which drains your bath in less than 2 minutes. Other brands can leave you sitting in the cold. So call now for your free information kit. For a limited time, get $1,500 in savings, including a free American Standard right height toilet.
Don't delay. Call 1-800-425-8414 for your free information kit and $1,500 in savings, including a free toilet. That's 1-800-425-8414.
I cannot imagine managing my diabetes without my Dexcom.
This is the Dexcom G5 Mobile Continuous Glucose Monitoring System. A small wearable sensor measures your glucose every 5 minutes and sends the data to a Dexcom receiver.
Dexcom helps lower A1C and improves quality of life. If you're over 65 and you have diabetes, you should have a Dexcom.
If you get a Dexcom, you're going to be very glad that you did.
Visit DexcomNow.com to learn more.
Fox News continues to be wherever you are. With brand new apps for Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire, you'll never miss an episode. Live or on your own time. Your favorite shows are always within your reach. Download now and never miss an episode of Fox News Channel.
Oh, some fireworks on the Judiciary Committee as Dianne Feinstein releases that testimony. The chairman of the committee didn't want her to, so that's going to be interesting.
The Republicans are not happy. The president is not happy, and he is tweeting about it. So anyway, the drama continues in Washington, and so does Outnumbered.
More on that ahead. Thanks for joining us. Outnumbered starts right now.
Oh, and you know there'll be some fire here. Fox News alert. President Trump is meeting with his cabinet right now at the White House, and we are expecting some video out of that meeting this hour. This as the political battle intensifies over the FBI's investigation into Russian election meddling and that anti-Trump dossier. The complete transcript of the Senate Judiciary Committee's interview with the co-founder of the firm behind the dossier is now out. Senator Dianne Feinstein, the ranking Democrat on the committee, decided to release it despite objections from Republican Chairman Chuck Grassley. He says putting it out there only hurts the committee's probe. This is Outnumbered. I'm Sandra Smith, and here today, there she is, Harris Faulkner. The editor of townhall.com, Katie Pavlich, is here. Former deputy spokesperson for the State Department, Marie Harf. And joining us today on the couch, Fox News politics editor and editor of Halftime Report, Chris Stirewalt here. And he is outnumbered, and you never know what you're going to get when Stirewalt sits on the couch. Woo! It's going to be a good hour.
Enthusiastic gratitude.
Yes.
You will start with that. Enthusiastic gratitude. Thank you for having me.
Diet is on fire. We mentioned fire.
Look forward to the hour. Let's get it started. In a unilateral move, the Senate Judiciary Committee's ranking Democrat, Dianne Feinstein, released the full transcript of her committee's interview with Glenn Simpson. He's the co-founder of Fusion GPS, the firm that was behind the anti-Trump dossier. Republican Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley saying while they will continue to work together, he's disappointed and that the release could hurt their investigation going forward.
I think it does create some problems. For instance, when you're getting people to voluntarily come to you, it may make a lot of people a little more reserved about whether or not they want to cooperate. And I think particularly in regard to Jared Kushner, that it could maybe affect our moving forward with that. Very high profile person as an example. But it will continue to move forward.
So is Jared Kushner off the hook?
No, not at all.
And the president weighing in, tweeting the fact that sneaky Dianne Feinstein, who has on numerous occasions stated that collusion between Trump and Russia has not been found, would release testimony in such an underhanded and possibly illegal way, totally without authorization, is a disgrace. Christopher, your thoughts on all of that?
Well,
because you guys were motioning over here, and there was eyeballs.
I did like that also in the tweet. Trump called for a Democratic primary of Dianne Feinstein, because California Democrats snap right to it whenever the president calls. The committee's work in this matter is substantially done. This is the tremor at the end of we should say the Senate Judiciary, Chuck Grassley and Dianne Feinstein, as the ranking members on that committee, did a great job. And by the way, so did Senate Intel in handling this. They were above board. They were collegial. They didn't get freaky. They didn't get weird. They didn't get excessively leaky. Neither freaky nor leaky. And these are good things. Something that the folks on the House can take a note about. This is, at the end, Chuck Grassley earlier went ahead and recommended for prosecution Christopher Steele. Now, that was a slap at Dianne Feinstein and Democrats. And what he recommended Christopher Steele for prosecution for was saying what they said was something different to them than he said to the FBI. So basically it was like, well, he's lying to one of us, so it must be you, and you should prosecute him. This is her response. This is my interpretation. She didn't say that. My interpretation is, this is her saying, okay, you acted this way, so now I'm going to act this way.
That's not very professional.
Right, and this is what happens when you take a highly charged, highly sensitive, highly political matter such as this and put it in the hands of politicians. Even good, patriotic, seasoned ones like Chuck Grassley and Dianne Feinstein have a hard time keeping their sabers sheathed.
Some are coming to her defense. One happens to be a Democrat. Senator Whitehouse is defending Dianne Feinstein. Watch.
What they've tried to do is to create this sense that there's some collusion between the Russians and Christopher Steele. When you look at Glenn Simpson's testimony, it's clear that that could not be farther from the truth. And rather than just argue the point, I think Senator Feinstein did the smart thing, which is just throw the whole transcript out there and let people see it.
Marie Harf's in the background saying,
I'm agreeing. Well, on this couch, we have so many times said we need more answers. They need to answer questions. We need more information. Here is a 300-plus page transcript of some of these answers that we've been looking for. So I think it's in the public's interest to see this. We can talk about the politics behind releasing it, and that's fine. But we've been looking for some of these answers, and it has been used in a very partisan way. And I do think that Fusion has the opportunity to defend themselves. They called on this to be released. So there was nothing untoward about it in terms of getting people to cooperate, because the witness, in fact, wanted it to be out there.
Well, they'll say they want it released, but they also won't testify in a public hearing. They refuse to do that. And Dianne Feinstein now has given Glenn Simpson an out, because he can now say, well, my transcript has already been published.
Right, my testimony speaks for itself.
There's no need for me to now testify in front of the American people and allow them to make their decision. In terms of the answers that we got from this transcript, there aren't many. Glenn Simpson refused to answer whether he was in touch with the FBI about this dossier using information. He refused to say whether he was employing Russian agents, people in Russia, to help gather this information. And he also refused to say and answer the question of, have you ever guaranteed a client that your research will prompt an FBI investigation of the person that you were trying to take down? So we actually don't have a lot of answers when it comes to the 300 pages that we got. And I think it opens the door to even more questioning of Democrats, the funding behind it, the Democrat National Committee, the Hillary Clinton campaign, and who exactly Christopher Steele is and who he was working with.
Yeah, those were such excellent questions. It's a shame we didn't get some of those answers. And I would say that for the other side, maybe the argument is, yeah, this has been released, but for the pertinent issues, we still want you to come and testify publicly. You know, I didn't lose the timing on this, did I, Chris? Because the president was just calling on Dianne Feinstein to ask her about immigration. I mean, that was epic, that meeting that we saw yesterday. That was something different. That was amazing, seeing how those two sides, Republicans and Democrats, those invited to the White House, a hand-picked list, came and sat with the president and talked. He even, you know, at one point made sure that Dianne Feinstein had the floor at that table. I'm calling on you. Come forth. And she said, well, I don't know if you would listen to this. We'll listen. Put it out there. And then this. I mean, I know that things don't happen simultaneously, but unfortunate, I would say.
But it's still, as far as the president is concerned, he is still, as he did in this most recent tweet, is calling this the single greatest witch hunt in American history. He says it continues. There was no collusion. Everybody, including the Dems, knows there was no collusion. And yet on and on it goes. Russia and the world is laughing at the stupidity they are witnessing. Republicans should finally take control.
Well, they pressed that one guy to death with stones in Salem. So I think that guy would say that that was the biggest witch hunt.
Literally.
Literally. But
actually do those things.
Yes, they did.
Unfortunately.
In this case, look, what they do in Congress matters less and less and less. We are down to recriminations. We are down to scoring partisan points. We are down to trying to get the last word in. This is, no, I said that. I released the last release.
Yep.
So we're down to that point, and that's fine. It's Congress. We don't take them too seriously. What matters now, who's got the ball?
Mueller.
Yep.
Mueller's got the ball, and everything now depends on when is Trump going to sit down and talk to Mueller? What is the nature of that interview going to be like? How much of it is going to be written? How much of it's going to be in person? Who else is going to be called? And the most important thing Chuck Grassley said going forward, the reporter said, is Jared Kushner off the hook? And he said, not by a long shot.
Right. Let's not let that get lost in all this. Meantime, we've got another wrinkle in this dossier story. President Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, filed a defamation suit over it. He's suing Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson, and BuzzFeed, and tweeting this, quote, enough is enough of the fake Russian dossier. Just filed a defamation suit against BuzzFeed News for publishing the lie-filled document on POTUS and me. Katie?
Well, I think it's fair to say that the document is defamatory. However, I think this lawsuit is going nowhere. The President of the United States has been a public figure. He's now a public official, but he's been a public figure essentially his entire life. His attorney, Michael Cohen, is also a public figure, and the bar is very, very high for libel and defamation suits. So they can win maybe on the PR here. They can make a statement about the intimidation and don't, publish this stuff because we'll run you into court and rack up your legal fees. But in terms of actually winning the lawsuit, I don't think it's going to go very far.
I also am not sure that Team Trump wants to expose the full dossier to legal vetting, because there are parts of it that potentially are true. Some of the most salacious stuff is probably not, or possibly not. But if they want a judge to be able to go through every part of the dossier as part of a discovery process, I actually don't think that...
They could have unsealed it.
Maybe they're confident that there's nothing there. Maybe they're fine
I
with
think that is a false confidence. If you go through the entire dossier, there are many smart people in this field who believe at least some of it is true.
Yeah, it's interesting what you say, because I think when people look at the story, they have not definitively drawn a line between the president and his attorney. But this is his attorney's lawsuit, and he has been a public figure, so to speak, but not like a household name.
He had the most famous clip of the 2016 election.
That's true. What polls?
Which polls? All of them.
All of them. That's true.
Never forget. Never forget.
Exactly. All right, we'll leave it there. Some of President Trump's biggest critics are rethinking their opposition after an extraordinary event at the White House yesterday, when the president led a bipartisan and bicameral meeting of lawmakers with the cameras on. Plus, the two sides seeming to come closer to a solution on those so-called dreamers. But will the country get more border security in return?
We saw it in 2001, again in 2008, and we're seeing it again today. But this bubble is potentially the worst I've ever seen.
It's going to be the mother of all crashes.
We have huge asset bubbles everywhere. The warning signs are out there.
You can see it in this chart. You have to hedge now against it.
When will this bubble burst? Call now to receive this free screaming indicator report. This one chart has forecasted every major correction in the past 20 years. Find out what it's saying now.
Gold has been money for 6,000 years, and at no point in history has gold ever been worth zero.
Owning gold and silver is a great way to be prepared.
Call now to get this screaming indicator report, our precious metals investor guide, and get prepared with up to $2,000 in free gold or silver from Lear Capital. Don't wait. The information is free and there's no obligation to purchase. Call 1-800-511-1960. 1-800-511-1960.
It's happening.
This February 23rd, Publishers Clearinghouse will definitely award the $5,000 a week forever prize. Win, and you get $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. This prize is guaranteed to be awarded February 23rd. So don't miss your last chance to win. Enter by mail or at pch.com before time runs out. Hurry, award day is almost here. February 23rd. You could win $5,000 a week forever.
Patrick woke up with a sore back, but he's got work to do. So he took a leave this morning. If he'd taken Tylenol, he'd be stopping for more pills right now. Only Aleve has the strength to stop tough pain for up to 2 days.
That's why it's Safe Light. We'll show you exactly when we'll be there with a replacement you can trust. Well done, sir. Looks great. Thanks for choosing Safe Light. Thank you.
Bước qua nắm tay em chặt hơn đi đã chẳng lắc mắt nhau dẫu mai về đâu nép sau lưng anh mọi bộn bề mọi lo lắng nhẹ như mây bay xiết môi em chặt hơn đi để những dấu yêu ta không nhạt phai có anh bên em bình yên ngoài kia bão cũng qua dịu dàng và ấm áp.
Installed. America's leading the Kohler walk-in bath. You should call 1-800-753-4291 for a free Kohler Nightlight toilet seat with consultation, or visit KohlerWalkinBath.com for more info.
We come back with this Fox News alert. The White House is responding to a federal judge's decision to temporarily block the president's push to end Obama-era protections for illegal immigrants who came to the United States as children.